coming up back there.
Be alright. We got the keys to Ted Miller's farm this morning. He can't hunt today, but he's just turning us loose. He said, go ahead. We texted him yesterday. We shot a whole bunch of turkeys, what was it, 2 days ago now?
Yep.
And we always like coming over here and turkey hunting with Ted Miller, so I texted him. I just asked if he had a tag. He said, no, I haven't even bought a tag yet. He's been busy. He's doing some work in his basement. And he said, but you're more than welcome to come stay. We just want to come visit him. We're going to hunt some of the public land around his house. He said, no, you guys go ahead. You can you can hunt my farm that I deer hunt or whatever. So that's what we're going to do. We got a full strut decoy with a couple GoPros mounted on it. And we're going to see if we can get that in front of a turkey, and hopefully they'll come kick it over. Get some sweet footage for you guys. That's the goal for today. So we'll get looped around here to Ted's farm and the private goblin as soon as we get out of the car in a minute.
There it was.
Huh?
Hear it?
Yeah.
There's one goblin down there way off.
Does it go after these 3 or 4 that are down here?
Mm-hmm.
Or that one? Well, let's hunt. Well, we got turkeys flying down on this ridge with us. We got 2 jakes fighting over there. And I seen 3 or 4 other turkeys fly down further on the ridge. I hooted just back behind us because we were moving around these birds in the bottom. But I didn't want to just go blowing down in there, and the turkey gobbled right here. And it definitely could have been one of those jakes. It sounded like a full gobble though, didn't it?
Yeah.
But it's hard to say. There's definitely enough turkeys right on this ridge that there probably is at least one tom in here. They're looking at that decoy right now. They're sorting things out over there to see who's gonna try to whoop up on this decoy. But actually, these jakes probably aren't gonna whoop up on anything. They'll probably come in and act all weird. But I'm hoping at some point here we start to hear some drumming and he starts slipping up here. He only gobbled that one time.
You on him? Mm-hmm.
Shoot. I think I can get one. You ever been to Ted Miller's and set up on a group of jakes?
I have now.
They got us. All the toms are down at the bottom there. I think they're across the line.
Are they?
I think so.
Dang, I didn't realize that.
But we wanted to talk about the gun that we're going to be giving away. This is a Mossberg 20 gauge with a Spark Solar red dot on it. And these things are pretty sweet. You might have noticed Ted's been using a new gun in some of the recent videos. And I shot my first bird with this setup yesterday or the day before, I think. It's a pretty sweet little gun. Super lightweight. It's like 5 pounds. Semi-automatic. It's got the camo finish on it and this Spark Solar. You can see that little solar panel there. And the one thing I always worried about with red dots is just the battery going dead in the moment of truth. And we always keep an extra one on us, but these things last a super long time, and then after it gets daylight, it's constantly charging when sunlight's hitting this bad boy. So I just pretty much leave this thing on all the time, and I think, I might be wrong, we'll flash it up on the screen, but I think this thing's got like 150,000 hours of battery life or something like that.
Something crazy.
Yeah, so in theory you should be able to just turn it on for the spring and leave it on. Just make sure you switch it out before every spring. But we're not going to be giving away this exact gun, but we're going to be giving away the same exact setup, brand new. So I think it'll be a sweet little turkey gun for somebody. And we'll have details at the end of the video on how you can enter to win. So be sure to watch till the very end so you can maybe win yourself a new turkey gun. In the shade, boy. See him in the rib there? That's cool. Oh, laying down that nice cool sand in the shade. Yep. No shortage of deer around.
Countertops are being delivered.
Hey, bud. There's some left. Yeah. Definitely didn't take any out.
You didn't shoot one?
Nope.
Did you see one?
Oh yeah. Had a bunch of jakes come in this morning. We got down in there. We were walking kind of where he told us to, and there's, I don't know, something like 4 or 5 of them gobbling down in there. And we started walking, and he hooted, and one gobbled just like right on top of us. So we're like, all right, well, we better not go any further. And it never gobbled again. And then those 5 jakes flew down. I think it was just one of those jakes that gobbled. And then by the time we got down in there, the rest of them moved to the, what would it be, the west, onto the
property there.
yeah. And then there was 3 jakes that were up on the field. So we saw 8 jakes total. And then that public there that you and Crystal walked were on the shed there to the south.
Oh, okay.
There was, I think there was 5 toms out there and 3 jakes. We went there and I had that shredder decoy, and we came in from the public, and I popped it up by the line there. And I think I was looking at some jakes or toms to the right, and all of a sudden I looked to the left, and like 40 yards away, there's 2 toms just sprinting at me. So I laid down behind the decoy, and they came. I mean, I was only 5 yards from the line at that point, so they had to get real close. And then all of a sudden they just kind of spooked and they went to the left, and there's that box blind that person has there. And when he was to the left, like if I was gonna shoot him, I would have had to shoot their box blind, so I didn't shoot. And then they went back across the line, and they couldn't get him across back over again. So, I mean, he was probably 2 yards away from me though. Just came right on top of me. We call something like this, we call this hitting the reset button on the day.
Yeah.
It's a brand new start when you treat yourself like this.
This is the second time we've hit it today. First time was McDonald's. We went and got some breakfast and some coffees.
Yep. And you can, really there's no limit on the reset button, and there's a lot of different things you could do.
You can always hit it. It's always open to be hit.
Anything to boost the morale. And I think this Reese's little mixer here, and Ted's he's a big fan of the, what is it, a caramel malt?
Caramel malt.
He's a big fan of those. Anytime he gets an opportunity, he takes it. And we're gonna head to the river where Warp killed one this morning. They heard like 8 other gobblers, so should be in good shape. All right, well, we just hiked all the way down to this river bottom, way the heck to the back of a long narrow piece back in there, and didn't strike anything up. And we came out, and we we're gonna go to a different spot. And we pulled up onto the main road here, and down this field we could see 2 toms. We're gonna loop around. We're gonna bring the tom decoy on this one and try to get down along the river and yelp them in. Hopefully we can get them come in and kick this sucker over. Can you see them? They're to the right of that tree there.
Okay. There's one that's close to us.
I don't see him anymore. Yeah, this one though. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, these turkeys aren't interested in my calling. They're just pecking along the edge of that field. We're going to try to get down in the river and pop up real close to them and either show them the decoy or just, we might end up having to sneak up on them. They're not strutting or anything, so go see if we can get closer. I mean, I wouldn't normally do this, but I'd like to get it on this decoy if we're gonna, so I'll just go out there. If they start coming, I might not make it back, but just get set up by this tree. Let me know what they're doing, alright? Get on the left one.
Yeah, I'm on the left one.
They're right here. They're still there.
Strut.
Do you hear him try to spit when this talker ass right there? I'm sure you got a show up there. You were sitting way higher.
Oh yeah, way up there. That was pretty sweet.
There's 3 of them. There's only 2. I don't know for sure if it's a tom, but it had a big old head.
I think it was.
Yeah. All of a sudden, they're just like, oh yeah, they're coming now. As soon as they saw that decoy, it's like,
I figured, like, all I saw was red flash when you went up there.
they didn't want to gobble at my calling. I mean, I'm not the greatest caller in the world, but it's a pretty nice weather night. You'd think they'd be fired up. But they weren't. I mean, until they saw the decoy, then they got a little angry. You're pretty good luck. What have you been here for 3 days?
Yep.
How many kills? 6?
5th bird.
5th or 6th?
Yeah.
2 today. 3 the other day. That's crazy.
Pretty good out here.
Yeah, if you're a die-hard turkey hunter, it's worth doing at least once. I'd say come to Iowa and come experience it because it's pretty wild.
You can learn a lot.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier. It's like turkey hunting's fun for a bunch of different reasons. And Keith was saying earlier, it's cool to see what it's like.
When there's, I mean, just really with the lack of pressure, the low pressure.
Low pressure and just really good habitat. Like this river bottom stuff is like everything a turkey could ever want. How many turkeys have we killed in the last couple of days? Within 10 yards of the river. So it's like you can use that to access and like just for them living down in here. And you're just seeing turkey sign anywhere you're walking down to. They're down the river. They're all along these banks.
It's all the best habitat.
Yeah. They're nesting right along the edges of stuff like this. We're out of tags here. We might have to go to Missouri this weekend.
That one was pretty straightforward.
Spot them, show them the decoy, sit down, sit real low until they get
and
to.
you're not back too. That's cool.
Yeah.
I was afraid they were just gonna come storming.
That was the issue
not
earlier
trained,
today.
But like it'd be cool either way. But that was really cool.
I think the Warbs video probably went live just before this, and they talked about using the fan Same goes for the decoy, obviously. It's like on public land, you don't see us using many decoys. A lot of people ask why we don't use decoys, and I mentioned this last year too, but it's like, it's dangerous in a lot of places, especially like hilly timber and higher pressured states. Like someone could easily just come slipping over a ridge and they see that thing. It's like easily mistakable. Yeah. But here in Iowa, it's like, especially in this flat river bottom stuff, I mean, you could see for 400 yards up through there. We know there's nobody parked around here. You just got to be really, really, really conscious of your surroundings. Pretty pleased with this gun. It's 2 for 2. Let's go look at it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 yards. I wonder if that GoPro got anything. It probably got their heads, I would think. I think they got right up in here and then they turned.
I think there was another one a little further that way.
You hear them trying to get through this stuff. When they got to there, then they saw the decoy, and, like they saw it for sure, and they were trying. Then they started really charging. Good Tom.
He's a longer.
Not near as heavy as that last one I shot, but they're all the same.
Could be that group of 3 we saw this morning, dude.
Could be, yeah.
Birds, and they were just working this bottom, just across the road.
They went on a long ways, but I mean, they just follow these rivers like crazy. Like they probably just worked along within 100 to 200 yards. It's kind of like the same thing with those burns. Chamberlain talks about how they only use like I don't remember the exact number, but it was like the 200 yards into a burn, they'll use that edge, I'd imagine. Or from what I've seen, it's the same thing along these rivers a lot of times. Like if you can be within 200 yards of that, and they're spending a lot of their time there, especially when you got water, river bottom type stuff, and they got some, like a disturbed field out there. It's like a little lightweight, short spurred turkey.
Came in like here for, dude. I heard them drumming when the other ones went back behind here.
Like after the shot?
Yeah.
Really? I just ducked down.
I heard it at least one time.
I was like to try not to jump up and holler if there's other birds. I mean, there's a lot of season left, and there'll be other people in here hunting. They know something was up, but they definitely they never saw us like jumping up and running to get the bird. I think that helps.
Just kind of saw the decoy. Probably kind of threw them off too.
Then they heard a loud bang, and one of their buddies just was down to the count, and they're like, he didn't come with them, so get them tagged up here and got a pretty short walk out. If you want to go to the best place to hunt turkeys on public no, I haven't been to all of them, but probably the best one I've been to.
Yeah.
For Easterns. Over on the first step. Alright, we're back at the house, about to clean this bad boy up, but I mentioned in the beginning of the video that we're going to be giving this thing away, and now we're going to tell you how to enter. So like I said, we're giving away this same exact setup, but a brand new one. And the way you enter is, first you have to like and comment on this video, and we want this video to get 10,000 likes on it, and you must be subscribed to the Hunting Public YouTube channel. You can do that down below, and then we're going to put a link in the description, and you also have to be subscribed to the Vortex newsletter. Just click that link and it'll walk you through how to subscribe to that. And for the next 48 hours, if you go to our website and buy some merchandise, that'll get you an additional entry. So you can click the link down below to go to our shop as well, and entries are going to close at the end of the month, so be sure to do that. You can either win yourself or someone that's close to you if you already have a turkey gun. A pretty sweet rig here. I know Ted and I are both pretty pleased with these things. Like I said, they're super lightweight, they're ready to hunt. These Vortex Spark Red Dots are pretty sweet. I don't think there's anything else on the market like it, so I'm excited about it. It's the first decent shotgun I've ever owned. The only other shotgun that I own is Break Action 410, so I finally have something where I don't have to borrow somebody else's gun all the time. So be sure to enter. That's it. I'm gonna clean this thing up. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. And you're actually going to want to get into this giveaway because it literally doesn't cost you anything.
You can click a few buttons.